So you want to be a freelance writer? All right. So my name is Elna, and I've been a freelance writer for a couple of years, at least 3 years. I have twins, and right now they're about 5.5 years old. And I've been freelance writing since they were around 2.5, around almost 2 years old. And I've been a stay-at-home for all this time, and I've been working. So if you're a stay-at-home mom, or if you want to quit your 9-to-5 job, or you just don't want to work anymore and you want to stay home, then I can help you be a freelance writer. All right, so if you're interested, I will tell you a little bit more. Okay, so what is a freelance writer, you might be wondering. Now, what I do, I write for brands and businesses, especially ones that are online. So digital brands, digital businesses. And I give them content, and they pay me for that content. So I can do this all at home. I can do this all online, and I can make a living from doing this. And I have, and I am making a living from writing. I'm also a professional blogger. So I do have multiple different blogs. I do also have courses, and at one point I was also coaching. So I have a lot of different ways to diversify my income. But what started for me was freelance writing, and it's the perfect gig for stay-at-home moms, for moms that want to do this as a side hustle to their blogging, for college students, for retired people, for those that are burnt out in the corporate world. It's a great option if you want to do this and work from home. All right, so that's freelance writing in a nutshell. You get paid online. So I'll go through the process, and I'll give you the tools to get started quickly, and tools if you want to do this as a long-term strategy. So first of all, if you don't know me, you can just head on over to elnakane.com. This is my blog. And I share a lot of tips to help brand new freelance writers get started. All right, so what is the first step to getting started with freelance writing? I personally believe the first step is knowledge and education. You need to learn about this industry and what it's all about. So I suggest you start researching. On my blog, I do have a complete guide to getting started. So if you type in complete guide, freelance writing or something, hopefully my post will show up. And so this will walk you through the knowledge part here. So right here, research about freelance writing is the first tip that I give you. So some great blogs to get started with are Freelancer FAQs, Be a Freelance Blogger, and The Right Life. I have links in this blog post. So head on over there and you can get some more information about being a freelance writer. I also share with you some great blog posts on my blog that can help you direct you to figure out if this is really for you, because a lot of freelance writers that start out in the beginning fail within the first 3 years. And I feel like the number one reason is because they don't have a plan, and they haven't researched this enough to make sure that they can actually do this as a viable option. So I want you to fill your knowledge bank right now in the beginning process. So while you're working full time, while you're at home with your little one, spend some time over the next couple days or week learning about freelance writing. Okay, you can also learn about, how much money you can make as a freelance writer. What is the typical rate as a freelance writer? Things like that as well, if you're interested in that end product as well. So the first part is definitely research. All right. Once you decided that this is the job for you, so you've decided that this is the job for you, then what you need to do is you need to start building that foundation online. So getting that online presence and getting the credibility behind you. Okay. So you have several different options. Now, I was mentioning in the beginning that if you want to do this as a sort of short term, I want to get money quickly, then this is a strategy that you want to do. Okay. The first thing you want to do is you want to find one-off pieces that pay. And the best way you can do that is through guest blogs that pay writers. Okay, so you can search online for that. I actually have a blog post on my other blog I can show you. So if you go to twinsmommy.com, I type in 100 mom. Let me see if I can get that post. No, sites that pay. Sites that pay moms, I think, is what I can find. Here it is. 12 sites for moms that pay $100 to write. So, like I said, these are guest blogs. You go to them, you pitch your idea, and they pay you. It's as easy as that. There are different types of places. There are publications. So Family Fun, I think, is a magazine, is an online magazine, and I believe it's a print magazine. They pay $1.25 per word for an 850 up to 3,000 word blog post. And they have specific criteria. Usually with these types of submissions, there is specific criteria that you need to cover in your content. You might even be working with an editor to make sure that your post is up to their standards and for their brand. All right. So when I first started, again, I didn't go this route because I had some time to build my presence. So I didn't go through those hoops with editors and fine tuning my posts to get paid. I had a different strategy that I'll share with you. So there's, how many do I have here? 12 sites here, specifically for moms, but even bloggers. So Her View from Home is a lifestyle blog. So even if you're not a mom, you can write about organization, style, health, grief, things like that on this blog. And they pay $100 for based on shares. So, and that's fine. If you're going to just do guest blogging, that's fine. So I do have a couple here that are specific for moms and ones that are a bit broader, like the Money Pantry is another one that's a bit broad. All right. So make sure to check this post out. It's on twinsmommy.com. Sites that pay moms. You can search for that as well in Google. All right. So this is the beginnings of getting credibility in your writing. You know, is someone going to pay you for your writing? Is someone engaged enough in your writing that you can do this? And like the litmus test is basically doing guest blogging. So going to other blogs and getting your blog post published. Now, I don't want to jump back and forth. So let's go through this fast track to getting money. So find those one-off submissions to get paid per submission. So there is no collaboration. There's no relationship between these gigs. It's just you find it, you pitch, they accept, you give them the content, and they pay you. Okay. The second thing, to get paid, you need to have a PayPal account. This is a universal way to get paid. There are other merchants. So you need to research that. If you can't do PayPal in your country, try a different method. Stripe is another method, but again, most places accept PayPal. So I'm not quite sure if they do other methods. So get that set up so that while you're pitching, you have a place to have your money and you get paid. All right. So that's the easiest way to get set up. You know, start pitching and have your PayPal account. A lot of these places, for their criteria for submission, is that you have blog posts that they can read, that you have a sample of your writing. So, because for the person that's going to pay you, they want to ensure, well, is this person even credible enough? So you also during this time have to have some kind of sample online of your writing, and there are different approaches to doing that as well. So let me show you that. One way is to create your samples on LinkedIn. So if you don't already have a LinkedIn account, I suggest that you have one. This is a great way to find jobs. It's a great way to connect with businesses. And it's just another way to show your credibility as a writer, because you can post in their publishing platform. Right here it says write an article, and it will take you to their LinkedIn publishing platform. And right there you can write a sample. All right, so you can upload an image And you can get free images online. The best place is like Pixabay. So if you go to pixabay.com, right here, you can use these images for a sample of your writing. You want to show that you're familiar with online tools. So Pixabay is just a place you can get free images that you can use for your blog posts, for social media, even for products that you're selling, if you want to do that. All right, so that's on LinkedIn. So you can write your post here, and then once you're done, you can publish it, and then you'll get social sharing buttons that you can share this on social media, and you'll get that link. Up here will be the link that you can share in your pitches as well. All right, so you can create a sample here. You can also create a sample on Medium. Medium is a blogging platform. So you can definitely get started here. So you can get started, sign up, have your own Medium account, and then you can write your blog post on here. I have a Medium account that I haven't updated for a while, but I was excited when I learned about Medium, and so I do have some of my blog posts on there right here. So I did publish some of the blog posts that I have on my Elna Kane site from a long time ago, 2015 it looks like. Woo! Okay. So again, Medium is a great place. Once you publish, you can use that link as a way to share in your email saying, look, I've been published here. Here is some samples of my writing. Okay. So you can do that. So you pitch to these places, these one-off places. You have a credibility, so samples in your writing. And then the other thing that you don't need, but it would definitely help, is to have some kind of home base, a place to share all of this. Now, like again, if you want to do this quickly, you don't need to have a personal website, but you can use other platforms. So one is Contently, and another is just using something like Facebook, like a Facebook page. Those are the two best places, I feel. And even LinkedIn, you can sort of use LinkedIn as your home base if you want, because that's almost like an online resume. So on that, I would just strictly make it a writing resume and only put writing content on there. I wouldn't put what your current job is. I wouldn't put past employers. I would put only digital things like online writing that you've done, online collaborations you've done with online brands. All right, so you can put your guest post on there as well. All right, so let me show you Contently. If you go to Google and type in Contently Portfolio, you'll get the first thing right here. So you just sign up. You can register through all of this, and okay. And then you can get your set up your portfolio. So I'll show you mine. It's right here. So I like having this portfolio. I don't update it too often, but I like having a place just to have all the writing that I want to promote. All right, so I have a little title of what I want to be called, and I have a little blurb of what I do and where I've been featured. Okay. I also have a link to my blog, but you don't need to have that if you don't have a blog, right? All right, so that's Contently. And then Facebook. So start a Facebook account and then start a Facebook page. So let me go to Facebook. Am I logged in? Yes, I'm logged in. So you can just go to your Facebook account, and then I believe here you can just create a page. Oh, everything's running a bit slow. I'm sorry about that. Here, create a page. And that's where you can create a page right there for your freelance writing business. All right. So we've covered the basics of getting started quickly. Now, I understand that if you need a few couple $100s for whatever reason, this is pretty much the best route. Find those guest blogging sites that pay for their submissions, and find one-off pieces. So magazines and all of that. All right. So, woo, sorry, that was my husband walking right in. Woo! It was super loud. Sorry about that. Okay. So, now let's go through how you can get started with the long-term plan of making this a living as a writer. Okay. And the plan is similar, but it's a little bit of a different strategy. You want to figure out first the research part. So research about freelance writing, that's a given. All right. Learn if this is what you want to do. From there, you want to start thinking about, what do you want to write about? What are the topics that you're interested in? What is something that you want to learn more about? This will be your freelance writing niche. Okay. And this is what will attract the right type of freelance writing jobs, so you can get paid. Okay. Now, finding your niche can be a whole process by itself. It could take you a while. What I strongly suggest, so that you don't have this as a barrier to getting started, is to just pick up to 3 different types of niches. They could be anything. So for me, I started with natural health. I was really digging natural health when I had my twins. I wanted to have the natural products on their skin, using the natural products for their clothes, the laundry detergent, things like that. And so I was heavily invested in learning more about that. So I thought that would be a good niche to start with. Parenting was another niche, because I was a new parent and I was learning as I was going, but I was excited to learn more about it. And then using my educational background. So I thought maybe I can land some gigs using my psychology and education background. And I picked those 3. And I was looking for content in those types of niches, jobs in those types of niches, and guest posting opportunities in those types of niches, so that I have the credibility. Look, I wrote a parenting blog post. Look, I wrote about mental health, things like that. And but you know what what happened was, my first gig was about writing in the automotive industry. So as luck would have it, even though I had all this different types of writing, I still was able to land a gig in a completely different niche. Now, I don't know if that would be true for today. I do know that it would be, you would be much more successful if you had a portfolio filled with the writing that you only want to get paid for. Okay. But that's not to say that there are clients out there that can look at your writing and know that you have transferable skills, that, if you're writing about parenting, well, then I'm sure you can write about the automotive industry as a mother. And that's what I did. I wrote about road trips for your family, things like that. Car seat safety when you have a little one. So the client was able to look at my content and say, you know what, you can write in this niche, but skew it for the automotive industry. All right. So niche is the first biggest hurdle that you need to sort of figure out, and then writing the content. Now, you can use LinkedIn, you can use Medium, you can use even Google Sheets or Google Docs to create your content. But ideally, like I said, if you want to make this a long-term strategy, you need to have a website, a home base. And the website is your best marketing tool to get started. I had Innovative Ink, and I still do. This is my writer website, and I've changed the look of it over the years, but that's because I've been optimizing it for the right type of client. When I first started, I had a general website about being a freelance writer in general, talking about I can write content for your small business. Very general. I was still able to land gigs that way. So it is possible. You have to have a strong portfolio. You have to have strong writing to back up what you're saying. So even though I didn't niche down on my website, I learned over time that the more money I wanted to make, I had to really niche down on my website. So this is what I did. This is what it is. And I've had this content, this copy for a while now, because I've perfected it enough that I can land the right client, which are digital brands. All right. So, if you're interested in setting up a website, I do on my freelance writing blog. I do have a nice, easy tutorial right here, how to start a blog for you. Oops, I'm sorry, not even showing you. How to start a blog for your business in 3 easy steps. This has a video, so make sure to get to this blog post, read about it, and then you can look at the quick video. It's like a 3-minute video right here. All right. And that shows you the step-by-step process of getting started, the best hosting plan that you can have for your blog. I also go in through what do you do after that a little bit more here. Okay. So, get that writer platform started the right way with a website. And then you can house your content on that website. So in Innovative Ink, right here, I have my portfolio, and this is the best content that I have right here. Okay. So a client or a prospect can come to my blog, learn about me, learn a bit more about what I offer, look at my content, look at the testimonials from other clients that are happy about the content that I gave them, and then boom, they can contact me. Okay. This website does most of the front end work for me. Okay. And that's what I like. As a stay-at-home mom, with twins, I'm pretty busy. I don't have the time to, pitch constantly. I don't have the time to cold pitch. I don't have the time to research other businesses and say, "Ooh, I want to write for that business." I simply don't have the time. You might have the time if you're a college student. You might have the time if you have older children already. You can spend that time building a strategy around pitching to startup businesses, to certain industries, and research those companies. That type of strategy is called cold pitching or cold emailing. And that's a strategy that I personally don't use. I use the lead generation strategy. So I attract my freelance writing clients to me. And you do that by having a strong portfolio, a strong platform, a writer website. And then the next tier to that is having an online presence. So I know many of you may not be comfortable with that. So you can skip this step, but I encourage you to at least try to have a LinkedIn profile and a Twitter profile, and only make that for your writing. Now, if you're unable to have a separate LinkedIn profile because you already have one for your business, then work on Facebook pages, like your Facebook page, and a Twitter. Okay, those 2 platforms you can generate income. Twitter has given me a lot of leads and a lot of gigs that way. And it's a way to share your content, to follow other brands, and to share their content. And to, if they ask a question online, you can answer them. You can get on their radar that way. It's a great platform for that. Okay, so, my hair. Excuse me. Where I'm living, it's really humid, and my hair just likes to ball up into a frisbee. Okay. So we went through the website, your niche, and then having that content. So I'm having those samples. So writing those samples. You can guest blog as well. You don't have to do the payment route, although you can if you want. You can do both parts. I didn't. Like I said, I didn't have the time to sit with editors and to fine-tune my writing and all that. I just wanted to have a sample. So if you type in write for us and then your niche. So let's say health, write for us health. Let's say you want to be a health writer. Well, you just type in write for us health in Google and you have write for us a health journal. Well, here's a place that you can write. This one pays you again. You can do that as well. Write for us chief health. Write for us a good gut. Go to these places and see, well, what are the requirements? Do I have to jump through a whole bunch of hoops? Like I said, I was a stay-at-home mom. I had twins to take care of. I didn't want to jump through all these hoops. I wanted an easy way to submit my content, to pitch, and then get accepted. So read the guidelines and see, is this worth it? Okay. Now, some people might think, well, shouldn't I be on a popular website? And you can. But again, it's jumping through more hoops. You might not get accepted for months down the road. So I suggest you find these smaller places. Get your writing out there. Just get it published. Then you have a live link that you can put on your writer website, that you can put in your email pitch. There it is. It's on another blog. It's not your blog, right? That gives you much more credibility to a prospect or a potential client that says, look, well, this person actually, is a writer because she's been published in these places. I'm going to read her content, and then if it's good enough, I'm going to hire her for my content. Okay, it just gives you that extra boost, that extra credibility if you don't have testimonials on your site, if you don't have a strong online presence. Okay, so building that portfolio is what you need to do so that you have that credibility. And then from there is when you start pitching. Okay, and on my blog, I do have a great post here that it's called the pitching process. So if you type in pitching process freelance writer, you'll probably get my post here. It's called the proven pitching process for new freelance writers. This just tells you how to proceed with this. What do you do with pitching? What do you have to do? So I give you some examples of my first pitch and then tell you what you need to do. Once you develop that template, that pitch, you need to review your current pitch to make sure that it's optimized. Keep tracking, and it just gives you a process. So that when you are pitching, you have a plan, right? Planning is what you need to really make this a success. So figure out that process and then start pitching. There are what I like to use and what I used in the beginning, and I still hold true, is using job boards. Okay, there are job boards online that curate content for writers, and the most popular one is ProBlogger. So if you go to ProBlogger jobs, right there, there are new job ads every day. Okay, now because this is the most popular, that means a lot of people know about this. So you can get started here. I used ProBlogger, and I actually used freelancewriting.com has a job board that curates lots of different jobs. So writing jobs right here. I actually landed my first gig on freelancewriting.com. So here they have job ads there. And then they have the source. They have several different sources. So you can only pick, I'm only going to look for Ed 2010 jobs on this site. Okay, because you may be from the past, that this source has great gigs. Okay, you can even go down here for your skills. You only want copywriting gigs. Oh, sorry about that. Do you only want blogging gigs? Do you only want, so you can just sort of go there. For me, I would do writing and blogging. That's what I would look for personally. So here's a freelance B2B writer. I'm a B2B writer right there. So boom, perfect, right? That was easy. It didn't take me long. I can go into that and see what they want, and if I have that specific requirements for them. Okay? So those two places are great for starting out. Okay? If you want more, just go, again, you can go to alnacane.com. 20 Ways has 20 different places you can find a freelance writing job. So you can go more in depth about the different strategies. So I do talk about cold pitching because I know that's a strong strategy for a lot of people. And then job boards. I give you more job boards here to get started with. And I also have a step-by-step guide as well for job boards. Okay, so make sure to check that out to help you. All right. And that's it. Once you have those tools in place, you need to hustle. You need to do this on a consistent basis and and then you'll hopefully get replies, and you can start setting that negotiation, that relationship getting started, and start building that income that you want as a freelance writer. Okay. So I hope that helped. And if you need any more help, just subscribe to my YouTube channel and I have lots of great tips for freelance writers, especially if you're a mom too. All right.